Hi.
Hi.
I just got a notification that it's weird. When I went live, it said this was scheduled for 7:40, and I think I inadvertently scheduled it for 7:40. That's just wrong.
Surprise.
Surprise, we're here early-ish.
Boop, 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 boop. I'm excited.
Hi guys. So
Hi.
it's Wednesday, it's hump day, and this is my happy hour live stream, and I have a very special guest on here. It's Theresa from Theresa is Dead.
Hello.
I mean, she's kind of a big deal, so if you don't know who she is, you basically live under a rock, but
Again, I feel like your kid's sister. I'm just like, okay, sure.
Okay, you do not look like a kid's sister, but
Literally 2 seconds before we came on live, it's like you look so like that. You're like, okay, ready, like we are good to go. And I'm just like,
well,
so goofy.
On second thought, I do feel very like I'm like the 1960s makeup and hair going on with the cocktail in my hand, and I'm like, all right, hun, we're gonna start. Here we go.
It's the start of the Tupperware party, and I'm like the asshole kid that you just were like, just can you go into your room? I'm trying to sell stuff, okay? Just go. I'm like, okay, mom. That's what I feel like.
Exactly. No, I love it. Quick check-in, because I always have to do this, but I have a microphone. I have an external mic, which is I've never had before. So you guys tell me how the sound is. Is it okay? Is it terrible? Can you hear me? Let me know before we move forward, because if not, I'll just like unhook the mic and it'll be what it'll be. But
I personally think it sounds good, but okay. I mean, I'm biased, so.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. Rachel P said the sound is so much better than the last live you both did. Oh, good.
Good. Okay, good.
Okay, great. I'll just bring it a little closer here. Okay.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, just like, here we go.
Oh, that's so much fun. I thought for whatever reason, I thought it was going to be like a little one. That's a big boy.
It is. It is. And it's totally because Sherry Ford, who sponsors me in life, as you know, she sent this to me because
that's amazing.
I didn't even know because it plugs right into your phone. So here we go.
I love that. Thank you, Sherry Ford.
Thank you, Sherry Ford. Thank you. You're doing everyone a favor. And I also saw that I think Better Off Red is here somewhere.
My darling, my goblin.
Our goblin. She said, my favorite NYC grouches.
Yes, we are grouches.
We are grouches. Oh my goodness. Well, what I was going to say is that if you aren't subscribed to Theresa, I put the link in the description box and all that good stuff. So definitely make sure you're subscribed to Theresa and me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We're going to threaten you. Do it.
Don't make me come and find you. So how have you been? This is like the last time we did this was on your channel, and it was, I think, probably like maybe a month and a half to 2 months ago.
Yeah. Oh God, really? Has it been that long? Jeez. Oh yeah. No, it was December, right? Because January happened.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly.
Whatever. Hey, welcome back.
Yes.
No, I'm good. Like I'm sure y'all have seen or whatever. Like my mom got admitted to the hospital. It's not COVID. I feel like I have to scream that. It's not COVID. Don't worry. Right. We're good. She got both vaccines. She's okay. Yeah. But what happened was she was having trouble breathing. And I kept pestering her, hey, just go to the doctor. Stop being a bitch. Just go. But you know how parents are. They're like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go unless I'm on fire. And I'm like, you have, like, just go. It makes me feel better. I have anxiety. Just go. Yeah. So she went, and then when they tested her, they're like, oh, something's wrong. You should go to the ER. So she went to the ER, and that's when they discovered she had 2 blood clots, one in her leg, the femoral vein, and one in her chest. And the one in her chest was a scary one because it spanned over both lungs. It's still there. It's not like it's still there. But luckily there was no heart damage. So she was there for like, I want to say 5 days, and I was able to pick her up yesterday, which let me tell you, I know you have been actually going into Manhattan. Well, yeah, you live in Manhattan. Well,
I'm forced to go into Manhattan because I live right in it.
first of all, it is nuts.
It's terrible.
It is. You know, the best way I can describe it, like, okay, so the first time I actually went to Manhattan was this past Friday. And it's because my mom, there was visiting hours at the hospital she was at. She was at Presbyterian, so like Upper East Side.
Mm-hmm.
But it was wild because everything looked closed. And it was a Friday,
Yeah.
and you would think you would see people like out and about, like if it was like a normal day, not COVID. But it was like, it was crazy. There was like nobody out. It was like Manhattan on a Saturday, and it's a holiday. Like there's just nobody around.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird. It's spooky. Yeah, it's crazy. So wait, you hadn't been in the city since when?
March 16th.
Oh, okay, got it. That's
It's been so it was almost a year that I have been out of Manhattan. I have, seen it from the distance. I wave, but I'm like, I do not step foot on that island.
Yeah.
And I haven't been on a train or anything because no.
Right.
I've heard horror stories. No.
Right,
I've lived my own life. Like, no.
Yes.
But it was nuts though. And because of the COVID situation and the waiting room of the hospital, like it's a large hospital, but like you still had to wait on this very large line that was socially distant, which was great. But I was like, okay, this is not bad. And then I had like 75 like insane people just come up to me for something. One person didn't have shoes on. Just like walked right up to me and was like, "Miss, have you seen my shoes?" I was like, "No, I don't know where your shoes are." Yeah, he was like, "Have you seen them?" I'm like, no, sorry, no, sorry. Like, I'm not gonna like open my bed. Here you go. No, I don't have them. He just went down the line and he's like, "Oh." He just kept doing that, like, just like, where are they? I don't know where the hell you put them.
Wow.
But my favorite was this guy that was actually in front of me. He just got off the line. At one point, he just got off the line, and then he just like went to the back to a part of the building I don't think you're allowed to go to. Never saw him again. I was like, this is terrifying.
Okay. Wow. Well, I mean, yeah, there are no rules. The bar is low. People are just having a field day.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Like you think that, like, I was like, okay, well, there's not gonna be a lot of people. It's gonna be fine. It's like, no, it's like whatever's living underneath the subway just decided to come out.
Yeah.
And it's not somebody, like, you could tell, like, it was weird. Like the person that came up to with no shoes, they were dressed quite well. That's what it's like they like had a nice coat, like they looked dressed, just didn't have shoes.
Okay.
Like, all right.
Wow.
It happens, I guess.
I don't even know how to respond to that. I haven't had that one happen yet. Okay. So this was in line for to get into the hospital?
Yeah, to actually get into the hospital, which it took me an hour. It was like Disney lines. It was like an hour and 15 minutes to stand on a line, to then go inside. And then they kept trying to like scan me like I was like a thing in a fucking supermarket, like trying to get my temperature, and it wasn't clicking. And I was like, I think you're giving me brain cancer. Stop it. They were just like, like, it's not pulling. My head, like, obviously it's not here. Just take my wrist.
Right.
Like, okay. And they're like, all right, stand on this line. Okay. No, you're too close. Mind you, I'm like 12 feet from like, I don't want to be around anybody. I'm like, I don't know what too close is, but okay, fine. Stand on that line. Okay. No, stand on that line. Okay, nope, stand on that, ma'am. And I'm like, don't call me ma'am. Like, get the fuck. I was like about to throw down.
That's where I draw the line. Don't you fucking call me ma'am.
I'm not old enough to be a ma'am yet.
I'm young.
Look at my skin.
Oh my God. Wow.
It was terrible.
That's terrible.
Like I had to wait on 3 lines just to actually walk through this thing that looked like Total Recall, where like I guess they were like scanning you to see what was in your bag, but then you still had to open up your bag. And of course, like, listen, I'm a good daughter. I know my mom's hungry and that hospital food's disgusting. Okay. She actually shared some of that with me. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
So I actually got a piece of pizza from like this local pizzeria that was around the corner. That's really good.
Well, that's
And
nice.
I had it in my bag, but at this time, like I've been outside for an hour. It's like ice cold, but whatever. Who cares, right? And I opened the bag, and the guard's like, huh, "What's that?" I'm like, "Pizza." And he's like, "Did you bring enough?" And I'm like, "No, it's from my mom." He's like, "Huh. Next time you bring more." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Or just let me just fucking go.
Was he serious?
No, I think he was joking, but he looked dead serious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that he was joking.
Okay.
Probably wasn't.
Okay.
It makes me feel better.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit more serious when you tell it. So,
Yeah,
like he
that
was,
was fun. Yeah, they didn't like the snacks.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is an experience. I have not tried to get into a hospital during the pandemic, but I definitely go out almost every day, and I live in Harlem, so it's I mean, not that nothing about Harlem. I know the entire city is just
It's just populated, right? Like
yeah. And so like yesterday I went out to go on a walk to get some exercise, and I'm thinking this will be nice. It was like strangely warm. It was kind of like 50 degrees, and people were out and about like it was springtime, which I guess also to people means that like take your mask down. It's springtime, take your mask off.
Yeah, it's totally fine.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You didn't get the memo? Dr. Fauci said it's springtime. You take
Yeah, when it's warm out and there's more bacteria in the air, definitely take your mask down and off.
I mean, I know that's what I do. I breathe in real big. Like,
yeah. And so I was out walking, and like what was even more disgusting was that there's obviously so much dirty snow in the city.
Oh, yeah.
It's disgusting, like piled up, and so it was all melting, and all of the trash, and I hate to say it, but like feces like was uncovered that was hiding under the dirty snow, and it was literally just like tumbleweeds of trash just blowing about. And Marco Polo and Randy, I was like, this is awful. Yeah. I was trying to go on a nice walk.
Nope.
No.
The world has better plans for you. It's just smells shit tumbleweeds at you. It's like living in the desert.
It was like the most shit I had ever seen. And that's really saying something.
That, you know what? I kind of feel like I see more animal feces when there is like compacted dirty snow than I ever see any other time. And it's like preserved like fossils almost. In a way, it's like fossilized, like right into the snow. You just see someone like dusting it off and making sure it's like a Tyrannosaurus or something. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
But
yeah, absolutely.
This was yesterday you went out?
It was yesterday I went out. And it was, well, and I also like the gym is nearby, and I sometimes just go on a walk because I'm like, well, I don't want to go to the gym, but it was so disgusting that I took refuge at the gym and I was looking forward to it because it was a clean facility.
That's so funny.
Yeah. Anyway, it was disgusting.
It was beautiful out though.
Is it? People are asking me to move my mic closer. If I move my mic closer, it's going to be literally like inside my mouth. So,
I mean, which we can start an OnlyFans right now.
I can't exactly. I've been looking to like do a different platform, just like to reach out further. Maybe that's what maybe.
I mean, listen, I think yes. I support it.
Okay, great. Well, I'm getting feedback about the mic not working great, but nothing has changed, and I'm close. It is what it is, guys. If it gets to a point where you literally can't hear me, I'll take it out, and it's not going to get better once I take it out. But by the way, it's only going to get worse.
I think people are saying it's all right.
Okay, great.
Yeah, great. It looks good.
Okay.
Oh my God, OnlyFans partner with Michelle and Robot. Yes.
Oh my God.
Michelle, have a shared account with the robot masks, and you just lie around in the caftan.
Yes.
Ingredients off a box. Listen, there's a market for that. I'm sure of it.
Wow. Okay. Well, I have some new ideas for myself right now.
YouTube is the pits. Let me tell you, OnlyFans is the way to go. So
I didn't know about OnlyFans until a friend of mine who's not on OnlyFans, but she was saying no.
Oh.
She was like, oh yeah, I'm talking to a friend of mine and I'm showing her your channel because, you know, she's interested in YouTube. And I'm like, well, what does she do? Does she like vlog or, and she's like, well, she does mostly sort of like corny stuff on OnlyFans. And I was like, what are you saying? Like, I didn't know the words that she was speaking. I was like, what do you mean OnlyFans? So she had to explain to me what this website was. And then I was like, so she wants to, what is she going to do on YouTube then? And she's like, I don't know. And I was like, well, what does she do now? And she's like, well, I think she just wears like blue wigs and lingerie. And I was like, what?
I mean, I'm listening.
I mean, it's fine. And no judgment if that's what you like to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are a lot of YouTubers though that have OnlyFans accounts. There is like, and within the, not just the bigger community, like within the smaller community in the beauty space, there are some, and a lot of them are just like, you know, I feel good about it, and it's like, that's, you know, hey, that's awesome. Like, I know for me, I always joke that I would just I would sit on a bunch of cakes. That would be my thing. I would just sit on things.
You would sit on cakes?
Yeah, I would get like really pretty decorative cakes, and I just sit on them. There's a whole fetish for that, I'm sure.
I'm sure there is. I'm going to think about what I could do now.
I think you could totally do the robot maps thing with Michelle. I think that could work.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and we're both very different. We've got different like vibes and looks going on. So there's something for everyone.
Exactly.
I'm
Get
sure.
Better off red in there. You got a little trio going on.
Okay, obsessed. Wow. So many visuals in my head right now. Ryan K. Cate, I'm going to start calling you a boomer. Oh, because I don't know about OnlyFans? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that.
Yeah, no, yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
I'll take it. I'll take it. You told me earlier that you too were wearing the Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette.
Yeah, you mean the Arizona Divorcee palette?
Yes.
I just discovered turquoise. Yes, I love it so far. Yes. I've only tried it today.
It looks beautiful. We have the same shade.
That's why I thought it was really funny. I was like, oh my God, we're like twins. Oh my God. I love it. But I like it though so far. It's been pretty good.
Nice, right? It's like you've got all the neutrals and then you've got a couple like pops.
Yeah, like it's the same shit you're gonna get all the time with Urban Decay. It's good for Urban Decay, so that means it's excellent.
Yeah.
Oops. I mean, it's a fine palette. You know, it's not going to be winning any awards, but I think get it on sale. I wouldn't pay $50 for it.
Okay, that's good. I am not as opinionated about eyeshadow palettes. I feel like you love eyeshadow palette. I'm like a one and done eyeshadow person, so I'm very basic, but like I trust your opinion if that's how you feel about a palette.
Thanks, Mom.
What's a palette that you're welcome. What's a palette that you think is like excellent, that is worth the money, that like run, do not walk, this is the palette?
You know, I have to say, if I'm going to think of like, let's think of an expensive brand here. Let's be bougie. I definitely think like the Pat McGrath Rose Divine 2. That's worth the money.
Okay, nice.
That is like, I'm not eating, but at least I'll look pretty.
Right.
You know.
Right. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Oh, that actually reminds me. Sorry, sounds like it's a total tangent, but speaking of not eating, I wanted to address Texas right now.
Oh, yeah.
Texas is really going through it, and
it's bad. It's awful. I feel bad.
It's terrible, and I actually put a link in the description. If you don't know what we're talking about, basically Texas has this huge winter storm that they weren't prepared for at all. They cannot handle it. I mean, not the people. I'm just saying the state itself is not prepared for it. And so people don't have power. People don't have water. I actually have a very good friend, Sarah, who's oftentimes here in the chat, but her name is Sarah Kleinsmith, and she you know, they don't have any of these things, and she has a little kid. It's just a nightmare. So I actually put a link in the description box of you can click on it, and it'll basically take you to a website where you can donate
Oh,
to
nice.
various organizations.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So, you know, just something. I was like, I don't know what else I can do. You know, I want to,
Yeah.
like, I want to send something, but wouldn't make it in time.
No,
So,
no, I know. No, that's actually good. I'm gonna go check it out actually after and donates because I know Audra at home. She lives in Texas,
yeah.
and she Marco Polo'd me. I think she just got power back, was it yesterday or something? But she was like, I think the last time it snowed there was 2011. I'm like, damn, that's a long time ago.
Yeah.
So they were like, when I was talking to her, she was like, yeah, it was like kind of scary because it's, you know, you're alone, it's dark out, it's cold. It's not like the summertime where at least you could be outside, you know, people are barbecuing or whatever. Like
Right.
you have like that hospitality. In the winter, it's like not so much. You're just trying not to like freeze to death. So I'm like,
Yeah.
that's awful. I feel bad. That sucks.
No, it's terrible. And like also in a pandemic.
Yeah, exactly. Like she was even saying that there was I guess a call to go to like warming centers, but it's like, do you really want to go to a warming center
With right.
pandemic? And I'm
Yeah,
like, that's a good point, you know?
right.
Like I wouldn't want to do
No.
that. So
Yeah. Yeah, Audra at home is actually here.
oh,
Hi, Audra.
baby's here. Oh, hello, baby.
Hi, are you okay? Are you okay? There's a lot of people here from Texas, actually. Amber Rhodes Music lives in Texas. I'm just seeing people and just looking in the chat to see
Yeah.
what people are saying about it. Yeah, Rachel P said the infrastructure cannot handle it. Jenny with a Y, Texas is my home state and it's horrible what's happening now. Yeah.
I'm so sad.
I know. I think that, well, at least my friend Sarah told me that on Friday the weather is supposed to break and literally be like 70 degrees. So I think there is an end in sight.
That's good. Just the world's ending, but yeah.
It's just global warming. Can we talk about it?
Yeah, it's so funny. Like, it's not even really that funny. It's like, so I was in a funk the whole, you know, last like 5 days, whatever, because my mom was sick. And the only thing I could do, like, I couldn't do social media. Like, I just couldn't. I asked Alex to like watch action movies with me. And one of the action movies I watched was called Geostorm. And he's not here because I feel like if he probably, his ears are probably ringing for me to shut up about this movie because it's so bad. And it's basically just global warming. And it's just like they invented this Skynet system. It's like a bra almost that basically protects the earth. So like all these natural disasters of like heat waves and all this, like it stops and the world's perfect. And I don't know, it just made me think of that.
Oh
it's a bad movie. I don't recommend it. Actually, go watch it. It is hilarious.
Okay, we're gonna watch. I can hear Randy in the kitchen laughing because I'm sure he's obviously already seen it. So no.
How Did This Get Made did an episode on it, and it's like a running joke on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. With this podcast we listened to called "How Did This Get Made," which they basically talk about bad movies.
I love that podcast.
Yes.
Here, yeah.
Yes, so good, right? So yeah, apparently they did an episode about that, so that adds up.
Oh, I gotta listen to that. It's so ridiculous. It's so bad, but anyway. So yeah, global warming for sure.
global warming, exactly. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah. So please go and check out the link in my description box and help out Texas.
Yes, help Texas.
Help Texas. Okay, what else are people saying? I'm just scrolling through the chat here. Oh, Carly C. I definitely have winter clothes. It's mainly the food situation and the grocery stores are empty. I'm in an apartment. All my stuff is electric. I made a charcoal grill out of a pot, but I'm rationing charcoal.
Damn.
Wow.
That's some MacGyver shit there.
That is MacGyver. I mean, I often think I would be. I'm not a survivor. I like.
No, I'd be dead. Dead.
But same.
Yeah.
Two dead ladies. Just
that's right.
A mother and her daughter dead.
grouchy New Yorkers just dead, clutching something. Yes.
But it's crazy because you're a survivor in the sense that you live in New York City, you live in Queens. You have to be pretty tough to live here.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you know, I'm also protected from like bolted locked door.
Yeah.
If I ever had to rely, like, okay, so I'm not a camping person. I'm a glamping person. So I'm all about like the Real Housewife experience of like, oh, I'm gonna get this lovely cabin and like, you know, really sit around with a cable knit sweater,
Oh yeah.
drinking a Merlot and just being like, oh, Timmy's down by the lake. And I love that.
Yes.
To actually be in a tent or like fend for yourself or be a survivalist, like that does not interest me.
No.
I know me. Bear's gonna eat me. Like it is what it is. So I'm just gonna not do any nature stuff. But I love people that love nature stuff. I think it's great. I'm not a nature boy.
I love people who love nature stuff. Love those people.
It's great.
Good for you.
You're so good.
No, I'm actually a person who's never been like officially camping before. Like I've never done the like in a tent, we don't have anywhere to shower thing or whatever.
Terrifying.
Why would you, I don't understand any of that at all.
No.
No.
The last time I think I went camping was back in 2008, and it was like April of 2008 because it was my cousin's birthday, and she asked us to all go to Fishkill, New York, which I was like, that just sounds like a horror movie is about to happen. And we all stayed in these really shitty cabins that had no bathroom. So you could either just, you know, mark your spot on a tree or like dig a little hole, or you could walk like, I don't know, like probably a couple of yards or whatever to like a communal bathroom, which was kind of sketch.
Yeah.
So it was an experience. I think I went to the bathroom once because I was terrified the whole time.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not drinking anything.
No, it sounds terrible. Absolutely terrible. I don't even know what else to add to that. That's a no. That's a no.
No.
Jenny with a Y, camping is a super expensive way to pretend to be homeless.
No. I mean,
that's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take, yeah. Yep, definitely a hot take for sure.
I'm gonna scroll back up because there's some other stuff up here that I wanted to catch.
That killed me. That's a hot take.
No, it's hilarious.
That's a hot take.
Someone.
Oh my god! I just got a text message for Keisha.
You
sorry.
what?
So I used to get the calls for this woman named Keisha all the time on my phone, and I haven't heard from her. But I got a text message that they're like, "This is Jason from the Center of Popular Democracy. Would you be interested in police-free schools?" I don't know what this is. I'm not going to continue to read it. What?
Wait. So I'm sorry. Keisha is the person who previously had your phone number?
Yeah. So she previously had my phone number, and she has left. I don't know. In a wake, I've had so many things where I have like debitors. I've had debt collection. I've had different leasing companies for leasing agents for like cars.
Nice.
One person told me her medical results. She had an STD. Like I've had a lot of stuff with Keisha. Me and Keisha have gone through it, and
wow,
I can't have Snapchat because of it because it's like linked to the number. So like I would get constant dick pics. Like it was bad.
Oh my god.
Or like WhatsApp. Like yeah, I can't really have those. I think I just got WhatsApp again, but for a period of time it was like dick pic, and I was like, and I mean they were pretty. Like I was like, oh, this is very nice, but like I'm like I don't need them. Like I'm all set. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Hold on. You said the dick pics were pretty?
I mean, like they were nice. I mean, some of them were nice. You know, I was like, okay. Some of them, though, I remember one guy. He had, I guess, like an overdue Sprint bill next to it. I don't know if it was like for size comparison, or he just like didn't think about like, oh, like there's an overdue Sprint bill there. But that's all I could focus on. I was like, wow, you owe a lot of money to Sprint. So,
Wow, there's so many things being like
so many
conveyed in
things.
that one photo. Just
It's
so
a
many.
lot.
It's
But
a
I
lot.
guess this guy Jason from the Popular Democracy, can we count on you to sign our youth mandate in support of school of being safe places for our kids? Okay, all right.
Well, that sounds like a really nice thing for
Yeah.
Keisha to receive. Like maybe that's
I will sign it for Keith.
sign it for Keisha. That's good. It's funny because I don't know if this is something that happens just to people in New York or like I don't know how frequent it is other places, but it's I have that as well. And my person's name is Andre Ware.
Oh,
So
Andre.
Andre Ware, if you're out there, I hate you because you're ruining my like for the last 10 years. I get calls for Andre Ware. He owes a shit ton of money to a lot of people. And I'm very, very salty when I talk. I feel bad for these people because they're just trying to do their jobs. But I'm just
Yeah.
like, Andre is not, this is not Andre's phone anymore. Okay. This hasn't been Andre's phone for like 11 years. Please stop calling me. And they're always very, nice.
Yeah, but they're like, we know it's you, Andre.
We know it's you,
I used to
Andre.
get calls that they would almost be like, so when are you going to see her? I'm like, I never, because like I don't know who she is. Okay, great. So when you see her, can you give her this message? And at a certain point, I was like, sure, I'll give you the message. Okay, fine, whatever.
What?
And then it stopped for a little bit, and I was kind of worried because I was like, oh my god, did the pandemic take her? Like, oh no. But I guess maybe she's alive and well. Sometimes I'll get a call for can't remember the other name, but it's like I can't remember the name. But I usually get calls from Toyota. Was it Toyota? Always asking me like, so are you thinking about leasing? And I'm like, no, I'm not leasing. Like, stop it. And again, it's always the same thing of like, well, when you see that person, let them know to call me back. And I'm like, sure.
Okay,
I'm a secretary.
You're having very like specific personalized experiences with these people. I feel like mine is more like generic, like debt collectors, and the people are like getting in there with you.
Yeah, maybe it's just my voice. They just feel like I'm lying.
That's infuriating.
It is. And now I'm like, I welcome it.
You look forward to it now. You're like, where's what? I want to talk to someone who knows Keisha.
Oh my God. Oh, someone asked about broccoli. So I had this one call. There was this mobster guy. I'm assuming I shouldn't say that. I don't know. He just sounded very fat and very Italian.
Okay.
You know when someone, you could just tell like their jowls are shaking kind of fat.
Yes.
So this person was asking to speak to Broccoli Tom. And I was like, what? And they're like, put him on the phone. And I'm like, no. They were getting very, very upset with me that I wouldn't put Broccoli Tom.
Oh my God.
That was the only time I ever got it. So.
Wow, Broccoli Tom. That's not a good name.
No, it's not. And the whole time I just had like this crazy backstory in my head. Like, I wonder where he is. Like, did he have to like shave his prints off or something and is living somewhere overseas? I don't know what happened to him. Or he's, dead in the river. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Broccoli Tom. While you were telling that story, I noticed Better Off Red had retracted something she said, and now she said to Ann Garner, it's our little secret. So I'd like to know what exactly you think it is you're hiding from everyone, Better Off Red.
Please
advise.
Please advise. Now I'm invested.
Yeah, we have to have to know. Another person, it's too far up now, but someone asked if they can swear in the chat.
Oh,
yes, you can. It might just like YouTube automatically like hides it, and so I have a moderator. It's my boyfriend Randy, and he'll go in and like, as long as you're not being horrible, like a horrible person, he'll unhide it, if that makes sense.
It was about dick pics.
Oh, it's about okay.
All right. Well, share with the class.
She said they're gross, nobody wanty. I mean, I tend to agree.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Theresa, I don't know. You were kind of into it.
Well, I mean, listen, like unexpected, like if you're having a bad day and you're just like, this will turn my frown upside down. Sure.
Yeah.
Some of them can be really pretty, like think of it like snowflakes. All dicks are different. So it's like, oh, okay.
Okay.
Some not so pretty. And you're like,
I've never thought of them that way, but I will
yeah.
try to now. I'll try to now.
They're so different.
Yeah, wait, there's so many comments. Sorry. Kara C is here. Dick pics aren't high on my Christmas wish list. Okay. That's fair. That's fair.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like I said, can happen in the middle of the day and you're just like, oh, that's a good one. All right. Save that for later.
Wait, so do you get any that aren't connected to Keisha? Do you get your own that are meant for you?
The ones that were meant for me were many, many moons ago when cell phones were much smaller, much primitive, and everything was very pixelated. So everything just looked real big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now anything is for Keisha, and these are very lengthy boys.
What? Wow.
I thank God I have a big phone. Otherwise, I would have to keep scrolling. You know what I mean?
Oh my God. It's a good thing this is 36 minutes and 20 seconds in the live stream because I don't think it'll get demonetized at that point, right?
No, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
You are the queen of demonetization, so you would know.
Yes, and we're good. We haven't hit any certain hot words. We're fine.
Okay.
Yeah. See you next Tuesday is not. You cannot say that word
at all. Like even if it's like 45 minutes in.
I immediately every time. I learned that lesson.
How do they know? How do the robots find it that far in?
I don't know. The little YouTube robots, they sift through and they find it. And they're like, oh, even though, they're like, hey.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm like, I have double bifocals. Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
But yes, no, this is fine. Like a picture, that's fine. See you next Tuesday, not so much.
See you next Tuesday. Okay, but we can say see you next Tuesday. Apparently that hasn't.
Oh, of course. Oh yeah, see you next Tuesday.
Always.
All the time.
Are you still getting demonetized?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of comes and goes in waves. So there'll be like a month where I'll get hit almost every other video sometimes. The worst are the ones that appear monetized, and then as soon as I make them public, it's like boop. And then I get hit, and then I have to sit through manual review for like a day.
Okay, that's annoying though that's annoying.
Because all the views are within that first 48-hour period, and then after that nobody cares, kind of. So it's just like it sucks when you put a lot of work into something and you're like, oh, I made $10 on this and it doesn't even cover the product, and so things like that kind of stink. So right now I'm on a good streak. Knock on wood, that it hasn't. I've been okay where if I have been demonetized, at least it clears up pretty fast. But yeah, for sometimes they'll just hit me. I don't know why. I think I'm shadow banned or buried in the algorithm. I'm sure of it. So
that's frustrating. But you're doing what? You're on Patreon, right?
I'm still on Patreon, that is my lifeblood, and that really helps out a lot.
Right.
And it's fine. I mean, this is not my full-time job. This is not my career. This is just what I do for fun. And I think it would be really scary if this was my full-time job, because I'd be like, oh, I'm relying on this money, and it's like, so I mean, I just want it to pay for the product. You know what I mean? I'm like,
yeah,
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
So
well, that's good. I mean, but it's still shitty because YouTube doesn't know it's not your full-time job, so it's YouTube doesn't care.
Absolutely. It's really super annoying that, and especially when you put a lot of work into it too. That's the other thing. It's not even just buying the product, but also taking your time to use it, review it, film it, and edit it. It could take a while, and then it's like, oh, all that for nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Yeah, it happens.
Right. I'm sorry. Amber Rhodes Music said, I don't know what that means. I think she's talking about see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. Just Google it. Google it.
Amber, are you trying to get us in trouble?
Yeah,
you trying to demonetize this?
just Google it, all right? You'll find it there.
Just Google it. I think Barry Chapman is here, and he says hello.
Oh, BDB. We can't say that, BDB.
Oh.
Well, I don't know. You probably can actually, but we won't.
Let's
We'll
not
not
roll
test
the
the
dice.
waters. We're not going to test the waters.
That's not, no.
But Google it. Google BDB. Actually, I don't even know what could happen in Google. Don't even Google it. Just message Kara. What does this mean?
Oh my
Please
God.
tell me. Thank you.
I'm gonna get so many messages.
Bye.
Oh my goodness. Kara C is spelling it out. She says, "See you next Tuesday. Just look at the capital letter." She's trying to help you,
Yes.
Amber.
See you next Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's what you say to someone that you're like, I'm not particularly fond of you. So see you next Tuesday.
Yeah. that I don't know how you could be any clearer than that.
No, that's pretty clear.
That's super clear. Jamie K always talks sense. She said, "I don't understand why YouTube demonetizes channels that are not geared toward children. I'm an adult. As long as it doesn't violate YouTube terms, let them be."
I agree. And that was the big thing too, is that like for those who are not creators, like when you upload a video, there is a little button that like a radio button that'll say like, is this, is whatever you're doing, is it meant for children? And you say yes or no.
Right.
So it already flags it at the jump of like saying like, okay, this is not for kids. If you say it's adult only content, meaning like 17, like I guess what is it, MC 17 or whatever, not MC 17, but like mature, like I guess I'm trying to think of like the TV rating system. You automatically get demonetized. Like they assume like, okay, no advertisers are ever going to watch this. So even if you're just trying to do the right thing and saying like, well, I do have adult humor, blah, 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 it's not going to work. So you kind of have to, that's the only thing that really stinks about YouTube is that there's no clear cut rules. Like it's very broad and you're just like, and when you do get demonetized, they never say when or why or how. So.
No, it's infuriating. I mean, YouTube provides you with so little information. It really does feel like it's a robot that you can't really access. And it's crazy. Like you can't just talk to you. I mean, like I find the best way to actually get anything back from YouTube is to tweet at them.
Absolutely. I think actually I was talking about this with Alex not too long ago. If you ever, not even just YouTube, but just companies in general, if you have a grievance and you want someone to fix something, just tweet at them and they will answer you back within like a day. Yes. I have done that so many times with our internet provider. I have done that with Con Ed. I have done that with a Container Store. Like I have done that with a lot of places. And I find that if I do like the normal channels of emailing, it never works. So you just have to publicly ridicule somebody and then they'll listen to you.
Right. No, it's true. I've taken to that as well when I just haven't gotten any sort of response at all. Jamie K said that's trash because YouTube is sure making money off your demonetized content that we enjoy. So
here's the crappy thing is that I feel like as of, I don't know, within the last few months or so, YouTube put out an email to the creator saying like, hey, we're going to change things up. If you are not monetized, we're going to put ads on your stuff. So you cannot get that ad revenue. Like we're getting it, but like the ads will appear on your stuff, but you won't see it. And the same thing with demonetized stuff. While they didn't say it, that's what happens because I have seen where my videos have been demonetized and there are ads. And I'm like, how is that even possible?
That's crazy.
And I don't get it. I don't see a dime from that. So it's really frustrating.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it is frustrating. And it's also like, I just don't understand. You watch most of TV and there's swear words. We're adults. We can say the word fuck. And like, as long as you, like, I mark all my videos the same as you do. Like, this isn't meant for children. I don't make family content.
Yeah.
And as long as you say that, of course, within reason, if you're, there are exceptions, obviously, if you're hate speech or whatever, that's terrible. But like, I just don't understand the whole swearing thing. I really don't get that, especially if you're an adult channel, which is what Jamie K was saying. But
yeah, Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure. And it's what's also frustrating too is like when they did something different. Now when you are uploading your video, they have several different buckets. So it'll first say like, is there inappropriate language? So you say like light. It's like light, medium, high. Like it's just very like the simple little radio buttons just say what you can and cannot get away with.
Yeah.
So I try to be as honest as possible. And then of course the next things are kind of like, are there sensitive topics? And I think a lot of the times it's just like hate speech or not hate speech or like guns or something. Like there are certain hot topicy things that will automatically get demonetized. And for those, I'm like, no, of course I don't talk about any of that stuff. I literally am just talking about eyeshadow, and I just so happen to describe, you know, maybe the texture of a ball sack, but whatever, that's my own prerogative.
Yeah.
So I feel like I could be lumped in the first category of like, you know, curse. Yes, we do some cursing. So, you know, it's just unfortunate that there are a lot of people on YouTube that are spitting out a lot of hate speech, and that is fine to be monetized.
Yeah.
But like, you know, just saying a couple of jokes or, you know, just saying fuck casually, it's like, oh no, that's bad. And it's like, no, it's just pure, you know, bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Amanda Wright said, you do still get paid if we have premium, right? Yes, that's correct.
Yes. My biggest recommendation for everyone is that everybody has a Patreon or some sort of thing that you can help them out with. And I know there's a lot of creators that have it, and it can be very expensive, obviously. The best thing you can do to help your favorite creators is get YouTube Premium. You will not see any ads on any videos ever.
Which is amazing, because no one really wants to see ads.
No, fuck that. I did it. Like I remember the days where it used to be like that, and I'm like, oh God, like how did I even survive? Like, precious time wasted.
Yeah.
But you don't see any ads, and it actually gives the full ad rate. You're probably asking, well, what's the full ad rate? I don't know. Nobody knows. Nobody fucking ever will know what the full ad rate or what they deem or what they even consider you worth. I don't really understand that, and they don't tell you that. But whatever the full ad rate is, YouTube will give it to you. So I totally recommend just get YouTube Premium. It helps everybody that you want to watch. But also keep in mind, if you do hate watch, it will also help those that you hate watch. So I would recommend stop hate watching people, stop watching their content, you know, but whatever. That's another conversation for another day.
Yeah, I mean, I wish a lot of people would take that advice, because that would just, there'd be less asshole behavior out there if people would just stop hate watching. And then I guess it's okay if you hate watch and don't comment. But oftentimes I find that's not the case.
No, that's never the case.
That's never the case. Do you feel like you get a lot of, Lauren Boyla says, I don't have time to hate watch. That's,
I love that.
I love that.
Snaps.
Rupi. Oh, hi, Rupi. She says, I've been thinking about getting premium, so I think I might. That sounds way better for all parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
I mean, you can hate watch if you have premium. You're just saying that like those people are going to get your money.
You're giving them the full ad revenue to them. So
yeah,
don't why waste your time doing that? Like, come on.
Right, exactly. Better Off Red said you can close your screen with YouTube Premium. That's another thing. Like, even if you have a video going, you can close your screen and you can still hear the video, even though like YouTube is shut down.
Yes.
Which is
that's honestly one of the best features. That's actually a very good point. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is good. Wait, I'm just reading the comments.
Yeah.
So do you, in terms of comments, do you feel like you get a lot of negative comments, or how do you feel about that?
I honestly, no, I don't. I think I'm actually very fortunate. I don't get a lot of hate comments. Occasionally, every once in a while, like I'll get somebody that's like, you curse too much. And it's just like, obviously you're a bitch and you didn't listen to my intro. Like, fuck. I get that. Sometimes I'll get like, today I got like, today, funny that we should even bring this up. I got like a really mean comment. Because I posted a picture, I think on YouTube, oh my God, the YouTube tab thing or whatever, that, oh God, just saying like, oh, my mom came out of the hospital, like cool. And I posted a photo of me and my mom, and it was a terrible photo. Yeah, because I was just like, I was in the car, I was so excited. I was like, oh yeah, look,
it was
my mom.
a good photo. I actually thought that. I was like, oh my God, it's such a
you like I mean obviously like I'm adorable, but like when you're like this, like your face just looks bigger because you're like squishing your head back because you're just like, I want to get this person.
I mean,
like,
I think we all understand that.
Yes. And so this one person was just like, you spend so, it was so stupid. It was like, you spend so much money on like bougie makeup and that's what your face looks like. Like you shouldn't be spending that kind of money and like you have a huge face. It was just like something really like, first of all, it made absolutely no fucking sense. And like, it actually broke my brain thinking about it. Cause I was like, wow, I really wish you went to school and passed because I don't understand what you're saying. So I started writing a comment out that I was like, I literally said, hey, thanks for that. By the way, you're see you next Tuesday. But then YouTube blocked it. I was like, motherfuckers. Okay, fine. So I was like, I'm going to hide user. Like that is a very rare occurrence. Like I think that's very rare. And of course, people are always going to comment, no matter if you are like 3,000 pounds or 100 pounds, they're always going to have something to say about your appearance. I don't let it bother me. It is what it is. It's like, who cares? The fact that you even take the time out of your day, like I'm actually flattered. Thank you that you think that that's what is going to hurt me. Like that's awesome. Thank you.
Right.
Like,
yeah. It's
you're obviously jealous. Like that's really what it is. So.
Right. Yeah. It's crazy. And it's also engagement, which is kind of fucked up that it's engagement, but it's engagement.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Side note, I missed this, but Sherry Godmother is here. And she said, hi ladies, y'all are such a needed distraction. I have power, but no water. The damn government tried to blame the Green New Deal when the Republican leadership opted not to spend the money to weatherize our power grids. Grrr.
No, that's terrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's terrible. But she sent a donation. Thank you for the donation, Sherry Ford.
Thank you.
You're the best. And yes. Also, Michelle Wong is here.
Hello, Michelle. We were just talking about you previously.
We were. You'll have to go back and it was a colorful conversation, but all positive.
Yes. Oh yeah. No, nothing hateful. It was all. But actually, coming to you now, like, do you get a lot of comments? I know sometimes you'll share with me some comments that are like, it takes me a second to read them because I'm like, why do people like? It's breaking my brain.
Yeah, I don't get. It's like that's the thing. Like, I'll text some of my friends like some of the comments, and I think it makes it seem like I get an inordinate amount of those, and I don't. Yeah. It's just that when I get them, they're such doozies. Yeah, that I feel they need to be shared.
Oh, absolutely.
And so, but no, it's people are crazy, and it's usually if I Oh, Michelle Wong said, oh, Sherry Ford, I hope you get water soon. Yes, I hope so. We hope so too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just feel like, sorry, I lost my train of thought. I had, if I say something, or I speak up about politics or, something of that nature, I'll get like an influx of like crazy shitty comments.
Yeah.
And that's basically like where most of my shitty comments have come from. Good. But I find that if there's a period of time that goes by where that doesn't happen, it's very serene. It's very serene.
It's so good. I think that's why it's something when people want to start their channels or whatever, I think people get nervous about that, but it's like, never let that deter you from starting a YouTube channel, because there's always going to be somebody that's shitty to you, and you don't even need to be on YouTube. Like someone literally on the street could just tell you to go fuck yourself, or like you're ugly or whatever. But it's really, I don't focus on the negative because it's noise. Who cares? Like they don't pay my bills. I don't give a shit. Like fuck off. I want to focus my love and attention on those that are, just really, really sweet and really, really wonderful. And like, I get like a lot of nice comments, people being like, I was really, really sad. And then I found your channel and it's been helping me. And like, that's the stuff that I'm like it makes me happy and want to continue to do videos and make content and stuff, because I'm like, oh, I'm making somebody's day. Like that's such a cool feeling
Yeah.
It's so cool. I love that. So
No, it's so good, and it's so easy to, like, as we all know, this is such a cliche statement, but it's so easy to focus on the negative. If you have like 100 comments that are positive and you have like 2 comments that are negative, it's so
yeah,
easy to like over focus on those. And
absolutely.
I'm gonna be honest, like I actually recently, I just had like, it was during the inauguration and like all this nonsense with Trump before Biden won, and I got some like really like kind of crazy hateful stuff going on in my DMs. And so it was, I was allowing it to um ruin my evenings. You know,
Yeah.
it's really difficult. I mean, there's some crazy shit. So I actually hired a very trusted friend of mine, and she now goes through my comments. She leaves all the positive things. So I see
That's
all of
smart.
those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see all of the positive things and I try to respond when I can, but she gets rid of the negative things. And she's like, there have been very few things, but even if there's one negative comment that I cannot see, it saves me so much emotional energy. It's great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like I think that's really important. And I know for me, I keep joking to Alex, I'm like, I'm just gonna give you just to go through the comments because it's true. Sometimes, even though I know I'm saying like, yeah, no, I don't let it bother me. Sometimes in a day, like there could be a certain thing that you're just like, oh, fuck this person. Like, why are they ruining like my evening or whatever? Like that's not cool.
Yeah.
So I tend to now kind of like I'll scan comments or whatever and just be like, okay, if anything looks shitty or whatever, I'm just like immediately. I don't even argue with the person. I don't even say anything because I'm like, why? Why am I gonna even waste my time? Like
Of
that's
course.
what they want. That's what they want. That kind of like, oh, I riled you up, and it's like, I really don't give a shit. So it's like, okay, ignore, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's actually a good idea about having someone else do it because it kind of saves you from ruining your day, so to speak, or whatever. But yeah, I mean, I don't Google myself. I don't do any of that stuff. I don't care enough. There's always, like I said, there's always gonna be somebody that doesn't like you, and that's fine.
Yeah.
That everyone has a right to their own opinions. Like it is what it is, and I'm not obviously not for that person, and that's okay. That's
Right.
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Sorry, there's so many good comments here. Oh, Amanda Wright said, I wish I could, let me try to pull it up here. Oh, that's nice. Joanna Yah said, you two have both made quarantine so much more bearable for me and so many. That's so nice. Thank you, Joanna.
Thank you. I'm so sweet.
Yeah, Jamie K said, I don't have the extra energy to devote to internet strangers that I dislike or disagree with. I just unsubscribe. I don't get why other people waste their time doing that to you guys. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the thing too. I mean, we could, I could talk about this all day because I just don't, in terms of people feeling the need to weigh in on things, like there are so many things I see in a day that I'm not into. I'm
Yeah.
not into that. But
Yeah.
I would never in a million years comment and be like, ugh, I don't like that. I just scroll past. I'm like,
Yeah.
don't like that.
Exactly. Oh no, exactly. Like I recently did was it Mel Thompson? No, not Mel Thompson. Who was it? Ellie Glines. I think she had like a 21 questions makeup tag or whatever.
Yes.
And one of the questions was like, what do you want to see least of and like within makeup or whatever? And so I kind of answered it more like community. And I was like, I just don't see the need of like having to I guess like having people point out something that they don't like the fact like if they don't like you how you wear your blush or your highlighter or whatever, it's just like, who the fuck are you to tell me other like, oh, it's ugly, it's terrible. It's like, wow, like that's real. Like what? Like why? Who does that? Who comments? Who does shit like that? I always find that it's usually like older women that do that. Like they're much more cattier. And it's like mind blowing. I'm like, I would think that you would know better because you're like an actual adult, that your brain's like fully developed. But
it's
I guess
funny
not.
that you say that because whenever that happens, and maybe this is unfair, and I'm sure in some cases it is, but I do find that the visual I have in my head when someone comments negatively, like you just said, is like a visual of like a 60-year-old white woman. That's just who I have, and I'm
It
probably
is.
right.
It is. It's always, and I mean, some of them are really funny because some of them, like, leave their actual, like, legal name, like as YouTube comments and stuff, or Instagram comments or whatever. And like you're like, oh, okay, well, let me Google you, and then you find out a bevy of information about that person because
Right.
Google is really funny that way. But there was a lot of times if I did get any kind of shitty comments, it would always be like from like just a older white woman that just like, oh god, like you could just tell you look like a bitch, like you just look like a bitch, like I wouldn't even want to stand next to you because you're just a bitch, like you could just tell. And I mean, those are the ones that are obviously just really unhappy in their lives, and they just want to try to project onto other people and whatever. Like, listen, I hope whatever comes your way, sweetie, I hope it's all good. Like I don't wish any ill will or anything because like I don't believe in that. I don't need bad karma. It's just like, just grow the fuck up.
Right. Yeah, I do. And I guess, yeah, exactly. We're just loudly agreeing, as I like to say, but I do feel like it is very entitled. It's very entitled to feel like I can't imagine if my opinion about highlight or somebody's highlighter, I can't imagine feeling like my opinion was that important to share it. I really don't. Like, I don't like no one knows me. Like, I'm just some random person who has an opinion about highlighter. Like, get out of here. I don't.
Exactly.
I do.
No, I mean, the same thing. It's just like countless people's videos where you just see people do their makeup differently or whatever and say, whatever, it's not your cup of tea. It's something that you would never do. Like, I'm not going to go out of my way to be like, like, this is terrible. Like, I don't care enough. Like, I'm like, okay. Like, all right.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, it really is. Hold on a second. There's a comment up here. I wanted to. Oh, I think this is directed at somebody else, but I think it's coming. What do you mean? Oh, sorry. I think I don't want to stir up shit. Sorry. I think I was just stirring up shit.
Oh, no.
I thought it was directed at us and I was going to answer it. And then like, no. Back it up.
Yeah.
It's not.
Get the mask.
Okay. Let me make something very clear. And I'm going to put the mic up right to my mouth. Not all boomers are like this.
Oh, yeah, no.
Neither of us said that. So everyone, calm the fuck down.
I know. Like, my mom's a fucking boomer, and she's pretty badass, so we love that. Ooh, Patricia.
Hey, Patricia.
Thank you, Patricia.
Making my day, Cate and Theresa. Thank you. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you.
Patricia, you patty cakes.
Super chat. No, we're not saying all.
No, not all, but no, like I said, my mom's a boomer. My mom's pretty badass. She's very progressive. We love that. Okay. Like, not all boomers are weirdo crazy people. It's just there are some, and it goes to any generation. It's not
like, all anyone ever. Anytime.
It's the person.
Just it's fine. We're not.
It's fine.
Okay, not all boomers. Hashtag not all boomers.
I know. Save the boomers, y'all. Save the boomers.
Oh God, save the boomers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Adelaide's mom said it's just a conversation. Not every person of that generation.
Exactly. I like what Randy said in the words of David Cross. Not all of them, not most of them, but a bunch of them.
Yes,
that's the best way.
David fucking Cross is
so good.
Shit.
So good.
So good. Not all of them, not most of them, but a bunch of them. Yes, exactly.
Exactly. That's probably the best way to put it. Like, not everybody is terrible, just a bunch of them.
Yeah, just a bunch of people giving other people a bad fucking rap.
Yeah, and it's like I said, it's always somebody that is just very unhappy in their life, and this is their joy, because obviously their life is so shitty that they only want to see people that are miserable. And I don't negotiate with terrorists. I don't got time for that stuff. So I don't care.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
I only want to, I'll be 36 this year. I only want to surround myself with people that are positive and that want good things, not only for themselves, but for other people, and just like genuinely good people. Yeah. Why am I going to waste my time with these negative Nancys? Get out of here.
You should not. Nobody should. And that's, and that's that.
Exactly.
But you know, it's always like, it's always a topic that comes up, and I do find it to be interesting because it's like, it's such an, I mean, it is negative. It's inherently negative, but it is such a big part of, especially being on social media, being in the public
Yeah.
eye, even as in a small way.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it's like it goes along with it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So,
Great.
Jenny with a Y. My mom is a 60-something white lady, and she hates on my makeup all the time. I just tell her, good thing it's my face and not hers.
Good response.
That is a good response, but like, that's not cool. Mom,
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that at all.
No.
I don't like that at all.
Mm-mm.
Jenny with a Y said her mom was like 60 something, didn't give an exact number. Kind of like she doesn't know exactly how old she is.
Kind of like she doesn't know how old her mom is. Is that what you're saying? Oh, she was just being vague.
It's a roundabout age.
Just 60-ish.
Just roundabout age.
Oh, Sherry said Teresa's sweatshirt is making me more in my Kodak Insta from the 80s.
I literally feel like a little kid when I wear this, and I love this sweater so much.
I love it. It's so cute. It's
I'm going to the beach.
But you're comfy.
It's so good. And like I had a bunch of meetings today, and then they all got canceled, and I was like, oh, thank God. So like I got out of like, you know, work shirt, because like it's really been pajama pants for the past like 11 months. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna just wear this and be comfy.
Yes.
I was gonna change, and then I was like, I'm just gonna wear this.
No, I'm wearing a ripped t-shirt. This is yeah. This is what I wear. I'm wearing pajama pants and a ripped t-shirt, and that's how I roll.
That's great. I have pajama pants on that I'm pretty sure are Christmassy.
Mine too. Wait,
Yay.
can you see them? Look at them. Yes. Oh no, not anymore. There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Wow, that was like a workout. I've really
I'm sweating over here.
Whew. Wow. All right.
You do some jazzercise next episodes.
I know.
Like, come on, ladies, get those caps up.
That's right. Did you ever do jazzercise?
Oh my God, when I was younger, my mom, bless her heart, she got what the hell was it? Sweat into the Oldies. Richard Simmons.
I loved that.
It was so good. It was so good.
So good.
And so like I you know, my mom been like heavy pretty much her whole life. I've been heavy as well. I come from good stock. And she would do that. And I was like a kid, and I was like, oh, I'll do it too. And then I got a certain point where I would just like sit on the couch and I would just watch the video. And like I felt like I was memorizing all the lines that Richard Simmons was saying. It was a very weird moment, but I love it.
Well, that's so funny because we had the Sweat into the Oldies 2 VHS, and I remember it being 6 years old in Orono, Maine, and I would just put that on, and I had all of his routines memorized. It was Big Girls Don't Cry.
Yes.
Hot Time, Summer in the City, Back of My Neck Getting Dirty and Gritty. Like, it was all that stuff.
Oh my God, we should I wish COVID wasn't like, I wish COVID would like go away. And then like we could do like a fun meetup where we do like some weird jazzercise class, and we could just find that old VHS tape and have a YouTube meetup. That would be hilarious.
So good. Bonnie Nauman said, oh my God, Richard Simmons, where are you? I think he's still around, isn't he?
Yeah. He did not, he's still one with the earth. Yeah.
He's one.
He didn't ascend to an astral plane yet. No, he's here.
Yes. Okay, good. Oh, wait, let me scroll. Oh, Brittany said, hey, why are there 279 likes? Oh, why aren't there 279 likes for 279 watching? If you're watching, please give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up. Come on.
Thumbs up.
We're thumbsing up over here. And we're thumbsing up for that beautiful eye look, Brittany. Thumbs up for the eye look, okay?
Ooh, yes, that is beautiful. Purple and blue.
Yeah, very celestial. Wait, his maid is keeping him hostage in his house? That's what TMZ said a while back? What? Richard, what? He was held hostage?
Wow.
Poor dude. That sucks.
That is upsetting. I think maybe I need to Google Richard Simmons and see what's happening with him.
I think we should.
I think we need to.
We
Oh,
need to
Lauren.
deep dive.
Lauren said, "Oh, that's old news." Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. So he's alive and well then.
Right. Oh, Deborah Hess is asking, what are the wrenches next to some people's names? Those are people who I have deemed as my moderators. So Better Off Red has one, Randy has one. They basically moderate the chat, is what that is. Oh, Play Mua. There were rumors that Richard Simmons was transitioning and did not want the public to see.
Really? Oh, I did not even hear about that.
I've never heard about that.
Oh, well,
Okay.
I mean, if he is, that's amazing, and I hope everything's fine.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait.
It's a whole podcast series? I need to find this podcast series on Richard Simmons' captivity. That is awful.
Yeah, no, that's Jenny with a Y. Can we get a free Richard Simmons documentary? Have you seen the Free Britney documentary?
No, everyone's talking about it.
I think you need to see it.
Is it amazing?
I mean, it's
sad,
it is.
right?
It's what?
It's sad, right? Because I think they talk more about her mental health and
yeah, it is sad and it is fascinating and it's actually quite like I thought it was going to be long, but it's actually very succinct and short. Yeah, it's disturbing.
So I don't really know her story too well. Like her dad controls her, right? Or like controls her everything.
So he has conservatorship. I think
that's the word. That's the word I was looking for. Yeah, thank you.
I've never heard that word until now. I didn't know what that was. But yeah, basically he like has control of her and her finances and
that's messed up.
I think that Randy, isn't it? Did his conservatorship end a couple days? Like
something bad happened to him in court. I don't know if it's necessarily that his conservatorship ended.
Okay.
But
we don't.
It was like a decent victory for Britney Spears.
Okay, well we don't know exactly. Okay, but there's some sort of victory for Britney Spears. Maybe people know more details, but
oh my god,
yeah.
I mean, that's scary though. To have somebody doesn't have your best interests control everything in your life.
Yeah, and it was like when the biggest takeaway for me when I was watching the documentary was like, and I guess it shouldn't be shocking, but just to see the video footage, it actually was how crazed people were about her. I mean, it was like she was the Beatles. I mean, people were just mobbing her and insane. And I mean, people are you're gonna lose your mind if that's your reality. That's very difficult to not lose your mind, I would assume.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting now. I feel like on Twitter, I've been seeing a lot more of even, I guess, like just mental health talks in general, which I feel like is really, really important because now I think people are kind of more open to having conversations about it and not just dismissing people. But I was seeing, they were showing old clips of Lindsay Lohan's interview. Have you saw those with David Letterman?
Yes, I have.
That was,
I had to turn it off after a while because it was so uncomfortable that I couldn't handle it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why people are so much crueler to women. I don't know. There's like no words. It's like, that's the only, I don't know.
Did you feel when you were watching that interview with Lindsay Lohan, did you feel bad for her? Did you feel that David Letterman was abusing her?
Absolutely. And it was in such a, like a, haha, at your expense. Like you're going through some stuff and we're just going to broadcast it here on television. Like it's all fine. It's fine. Like, haha, like you fuck up constantly. Like let's keep bringing that up. And it's like, that's so, like, why would you would never do that to somebody?
Yeah.
Why would you think it's okay to do that on a public, like a TV show? Like that's even more mind blowing. So it's,
Yeah.
you know, you think about all those actresses that had like a younger start, or like the children actresses, or just children actors in general, and you can't imagine the amount of like fame and just how that is so intense.
Yeah.
And then to be like ridiculed and made fun of for like acting out or just like losing your way, like that's just scary.
Yeah, I mean, it felt very much like he was like she was pissed at him, and she was pushing back on him, and
Yeah.
that upset him that he was being pushed back on, and
Oh yeah.
and therefore he was pushing back on her, and it was this whole it's messed
It
up.
was
Anne
a
Marie,
power struggle for sure.
yes, exactly. Which he's the person in power because it's his show.
Exactly.
So, Anne Marie Coe, I think every female needs to watch Promising Young Woman. Yes.
That's on my list. My best friend was telling me that I need to go watch that, and I haven't yet, but I've heard about it, and I'm like, oh,
you got to see it. It's like it's indescribable. I try not to try to put it into words because it's hard to, but it's brilliant, and it's a brilliant commentary on sexual assault, but it also, like, that sounds really heavy, which it is.
Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
very heavy, but it's done in this really highly stylized way that reminds me of, like, I don't know, like Drive. I don't know if you saw it with Ryan
Oh, I
Gosling.
love Drive. Yeah.
Yeah, it has it, and it's also a little bit tongue in cheek, not totally, but like it's got a really interesting combination of things going on that I think, I don't want to use the word palatable because that sounds kind of gross, but I think it's
I get what you're saying.
you know, yeah, it's not as like super dark and heavy. It's got like a bunch of different elements to it that make it just sort of hard to describe. It's really good.
I can't wait to watch it. I'm excited. I'm just I'm actually really happy though that, like, I know this is like such a bummer thing, but I'm happy that these things are actually like coming to light. Because I really hope that this like war against women eventually like just comes to some sort of an end or something, because it's like really disgusting what's happening. Just
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely. No, absolutely. I agree. And I hope she wins the whatever Academy Award for it or something, because her performance is so good. I can't wait for you to see. You have to tell me when you see it.
yes, I will.
Yeah. But and it's also, sorry, I wanted to mention, it's sort of like it's like a femme fatale thing happening too.
Okay.
So it's like, you know, it's like a very badass situation.
That's
movie.
awesome. I love that. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah. Yeah. What else? Oh gosh, there's so many different comments coming in about so many different things. Oh, I did see this. Tamara Smith said, I saw the episode with Craig Ferguson where he refused to make jokes about Britney Spears and talked about his own problems. It was such a big deal at the time because everyone was making jokes about her. I heard about that, and that is very cool of him.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is very cool.
Kind of shocking.
I don't know. Like I said, watching like these old clips that have come up now, it's just like it's such a weird world, because back then it was like normal. Like, oh no, that's totally fine to do that. And now it's like we all got out of the gas leak and we're like, oh yeah, no, that's not cool.
Right.
None of this is cool, actually. Really bad.
Yeah, it's like, and it's only happened like the things, well, for instance, like, you know, I started this new series on my channel where I talk about a movie and I do my makeup. And the first movie that I did was St. Elmo's Fire. And if you haven't seen St. Elmo's Fire, I'm not going to go on about it, but you just to go back and watch something like that from the 80s and to see how far we've come, like the shit that was okay back then, like the full on just sexual assaults that are happening in that movie. And like, I feel like it's only been about 5 years since that wasn't okay.
Yeah,
really.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, it's when I think about it, even like watching certain comedians or whatever, and like their jokes and like how they just do not age well today. Like it was a wild, wild world that we lived in, where it was very like okay to just be disgusting, you know. And I'm really happy that like, and I know there's some people that get upset because it's like, oh, people are being sensitive. It's like, No, it's like it's really, really disturbing shit. Like it's not cool. Like it's not fun. Like
No.
we should have these conversations. Everyone should get the help that they need. Everyone should be treated like an individual, not
Yeah.
keep going.
No, absolutely. I completely agree with you. Kristen said, is promising young woman depressing? I can't handle depressing right now. That's what I was kind of trying to express. It's hard to explain it, but I didn't find it to be depressing. I find it's a depressing topic because it's sad that this is a thing women deal with, but it's done in a way that is so clever and so fucking badass that I didn't feel depressed at all. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I love something like satisfaction like that. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Doesn't exactly have a happy ending.
It doesn't have a happy ending. It doesn't have a happy ending, but it's whatever. We can't get into it, but it's but I also don't give a shit about happy endings, so like I don't need everything tied into a bow. Like I just, you know what I mean? So
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. What else?
Heavy.
Just got sucked into that.
No. No, I mean, other than that, I mean, I'm doing all right. How are you doing? How's the pandemic treating you?
How's what treating me?
How's the pandemic treating you?
I mean, it's terrible. It's a terrible time.
I know. It's really
it's really terrible, but I mean, we're actually, I started watching this YouTube channel and I'm obsessed with it. And I don't know if you've heard of him, but his name is Cash Jordan.
Okay. Wait a second.
Wait.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Let's back up here.
Okay.
Because he recently came onto my feed, Cash Jordan.
Is it because you know me? I don't know. No, I don't
like
know.
Tapped into your algorithm. So me and Alex, I don't know. So me and Alex were very weird with our YouTube watchings. Like we'll go through like very weird stages where we'll just like watch travel vlogs and then we'll watch content about people going to Las Vegas. Like it's very random and very just weird. So for a period of time, or actually we're currently right now, we have been looking at homes in Florida. Like not that we're moving anytime soon, but it's just like, it was like a nice thing to think about. Right. And I think we talked about this last time, but we started watching like all these, like model homes being built, and they're so beautiful. And they're like, really dirt cheap compared to like New York prices. And it's like you fantasize like, oh man, like I can't wait to do a gourmet kitchen. Like it's stupid stuff, but whatever. Anyway, we started watching this stuff, and then this dude, Cash Jordan, popped up. And so I feel like I was like watching his videos in the beginning. I was like, okay, like, all right, cool. But then it's just like, it kind of just had like the same like shtick where I was just like, all right, I don't know. Like, I just kind of was just getting like, okay, like quippy. Like it just didn't flow for me very well.
He's very quippy. Yeah. He's basically like, I think he's a real estate agent. He doesn't really say that up front.
I don't know. Cause I was going to ask like, because he talks about it. Like I know he has the ring of keys, right? He's always just like, oh, we're going to go to this apartment today. But like, you're right. He's never said it. So I'm like, what are you? I guess that's what I'm like, what are you?
So yeah, Cash Gordon, people are like, what the fuck are you guys even talking about? So Cash Gordon, actually my mom is the reason I know about him, but I think he's a real estate agent because he always has access to New York City apartments. Yeah. And he does these vlog style videos where he takes you through like a New York City apartment that's for rent.
Yeah.
And I'm of course fascinated. Well, I don't know. I think anyone would be fascinated because like even people who aren't like, but I'm fascinated because I'm like, I know that area, or like, well, what, I don't know. Maybe I need to check that out. But he's I don't know. I don't usually like shticky things, but I do think it's a pretty clever way to like look inside of New York City apartments.
What I can appreciate is that his content is fast, which I like. It's very to the point. Yeah. It's just sometimes for me, I feel like his jokes just don't land well. I'm like, all right, like I'm eye rolling a little bit. But what bothers me though is that like he'll have like a thumbnail thing that'll be like, rent for $1,800. But then like when you kind of look in the video, it's kind of like, oh, this is like a 3-bedroom and it's $1,800 per bedroom. So it's like kind of clickbaity.
Oh, I didn't notice that. I've only
Yeah.
seen a few of his videos, but
Sometimes they'll do that where it's just like, whoa, my God, it's like $1,200. And it's like, no, it's $1,200 per bedroom. This is a 3-bedroom.
okay,
So
got
like
it.
you have to find other roommates. So it kind of also gives this appearance that like New York is affordable when we all know it's not. So I think that's like, I'm just nitpicky. All right. I'm just being a see you next Tuesday. But
No,
basically,
no, I haven't. I know what you're saying. I usually just look at the clips that are about like a studio or like a 1-bedroom because that's all I'm interested in.
yeah,
But
which
like,
makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
but and then those are pretty straightforward. But I see what you're saying. But yeah, I just got like on this whole. You know when you fall down a rabbit hole and you just can't stop? Like that was what it
All
was.
the time. And honestly, it's like real estate right now. Like that, I've been watching a lot of just real estate stuff or just people's apartments, and I like you, I find it fascinating. It's like a nice like bird's eye view of like, all right, well, this is how much this would be, and like it kind of makes you like fantasize a little bit of being like, oh well, yeah, like that's where I'll have the couch and whatever. So
Yes.
I love it. I think it's because we're so stuck and we can't like leave that we're getting pleasure out of literally watching this dude just go in and out of places freely in our backyard. Essentially, it's wild. It's a very wild time.
It is. It is cabin fever for sure. I definitely feel like Jack in The Shining, 100%. Like that, when he's like in that really fabulous sort of teal sweater that's like a turtleneck and he's just like staring, like looking at the shrubbery maze. Like that's how I feel basically.
Oh yeah, every day.
Oh, Jenny with a Y said, I've been trying to buy a condo in New York City and it's stupid expensive. Well, yeah.
Don't come here. It's terrible.
Maybe don't. I mean, yeah, don't.
Not right now. I would say I feel like the city will probably bounce back in like 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, but also maybe it is the time. Do you believe that like things are like rents are lowering and like it's maybe a better time to buy because no one is here?
Yeah, which sounds great, but then it's just like I don't know, just based off my small experience going into the city, I was like, I don't know about this. I mean, yeah, there is a very good point to like being able to purchase something now, which you can. It totally makes sense if you really wanted to live here, but it's just like it's not the full experience.
Right. Well, no, it's not. It's not at all. Yeah.
So that's my only thing. It's like I guess it like also depends on where you live, and the other thing is like, do you really want to have people on top of you? I think when people are coming from different states that have space, like it's very different to have people literally on top of you. Like you hear everybody, everything. You will not have peace and quiet in your life unless you like go to the suburbs. That's kind of essentially what it's like living in New York. It's terrible.
I have to tell you that reminds me. Last night, it just made me laugh because I was we have 2 rooms in our apartment. So I live in a studio. We live in a studio, and it's 275 square feet. So we have like our main room, which is the bedroom and bathroom, and then we have it's like a junior 1-bedroom is what they call it. It's technically a junior 1-bedroom. So like I'm in the kitchen doing something, and my boyfriend Randy comes in the kitchen, and he's like, "Hey," he's like, "Come into the bedroom. Our neighbors are like going crazy fucking upstairs." And I was like, okay, so like literally we're like huddled. Like, why do we need to huddle? Like we're like punching over. Like that helps. Like I'm like, and we're just silent, trying to hear. But I unfortunately they were done because there were footsteps, and I missed it. But he's like, you missed it because there was moaning. That makes us sound very sad. It makes us sound very sad. But it was a real moment, and it happened, and I had to share it with you.
So when I used to live in my old house, that was a 2-family house, and I was connected on both sides, where I would share my living room with my neighbor used to have like the loudest, most angry sex with like his girlfriend. And you would hear them throughout the day screaming at each other, like, "You motherfucker, you're a motherfucker, no, you're the motherfucker," like all day. And then they would just literally pounding. And I would just be eating, like, I was just eating dinner or whatever in my living room. And I would just be like, what is my life right now? You know?
Wow.
Why?
Wow. That is okay. Well, this is old news for you then. You're like, listen, I've been there, done that.
But I understand though of being like, ooh.
Yeah. I mean, well, it was just like, yeah, it was interesting. I'm sorry I missed it. Anyway. Jenny with a Y said, oh, I didn't realize Jenny with a Y is in New York City. She said she's in Astoria. This just changes things, but I'm thinking either stay in Astoria or move to Harlem. I don't have it. Like, I live in Harlem, but I also haven't been to Astoria recently. I like Harlem. I don't have an opinion on that. If you can find a banging apartment for an awesome price, like, sure, do that.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like, I don't know, because from the stuff that I've seen, definitely, I feel like there are pretty big apartments in Harlem.
Yeah.
Or like, yeah, I feel like the bigger apartments are more like upper, like Manhattan or like Bronx area, like Queens. I mean, that's the other thing too. I feel like Astoria, it could be small. It depends. There's a lot of 2-family houses and stuff.
Yeah.
I personally like Astoria because I've spent more time in Astoria, and there's like a lot of good restaurants and stuff like that, and just like cute shit. But not to say Harlem doesn't have that, because Harlem has really like banging fucking restaurants too. So it's like,
it does. It depends on what I mean. Just like
anywhere. Everywhere. It depends on where you are. Like,
of course,
you know, you could have one good block and then 2 blocks that are like, ooh.
Exactly. So Jenny, just DM me and we can talk about Harlem.
There you go.
Because I have some. I mean, I know all the areas.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I could tell you all about it on my own fitness channel.
That's
right. Tell you the real estate while I talk so suggestively. I like it.
I also wanted to mention, so your husband Alex has a YouTube channel of his own.
Yeah.
Tell us about it, because it's amazing. Sure. I love it.
He makes food. So it's Alex's Bored, because I'm dead and he's bored. And we also have a podcast, Dead and Bored. Ha ha ha. But he makes food and I eat it and it's delicious. And we love it. He is he's definitely the handy one. He's the one that cooks and all that good stuff. I'm very blessed to have him. And he's always wanted to do cooking videos, and he figured, why not try it now? And he just makes whatever we're going to be eating, and he like makes a very, very long process into a very, very small, like 4-minute video, which I appreciate because I like small content. So, but yeah, he's good. And right now he's at work and he's on his way home. Otherwise, I'd be like, tell me about your channel. But I think he posts every Friday, I want to say. Okay. And yeah, he feeds me well.
and so he posts 1 meal a week that he makes.
Yeah.
And
so it could be anything. Like sometimes he'll, like, I know he did like a big Thanksgiving thing. Like he loves doing like bigger stuff, but then like he'll branch out and like do corn chowder the other day. Things that, you know, he's just like, oh, I saw this recipe. I'm just going to like fuck around with it. And we're just going to make something. And he's really good. Like his brain works so well in that capacity. Like me going into the kitchen, I'm going to burn something down. So I love how he thinks.
Amber R said, I tried his Italian rice ball recipe. I was not as successful as I'd hoped, but that's operator error, not Alex's tutorial skills.
Oh, those were so good. Oh my God.
Yes,
he did like little arancini balls.
Ooh. Oh, those are the best. Margot said, I love Alex's channel. I've gotten a ton of good recipes. He's a great cook. And like, honestly, I just salivate when I see his videos.
So good. It's so good. I feel bad because like he hurt his little foot. Like I'm talking like he's a little boy. And he hurt his little foot. So we were supposed to make lasagna, and he makes this really good lasagna. Oh my God, it's so good. And unfortunately, he's just like, I can't stand by the oven for an hour. And I'm like, I understand. Like we'll eat subpar Italian food. It's fine.
That's kind of you. That's very kind of you.
I know, right? I think it's super kind of me.
It's very giving. It's very giving.
Like, come here, servant. Go ahead. fine. You're off tonight. That's what I do now.
Oh my God, I love it. Cat said Alex's channel is annoyingly fabulous. It makes me want to cook better and try things. That's awesome.
Oh, I love that.
He hit like 1,000 subscribers, right? Like,
Yeah, no, we were very happy. He got 1,000 subscribers, and he's not monetized yet. He needs to. That's the problem with having short videos. You know, like you don't have the watch hours. So, like, if you don't know that, for those who don't know that, when you make a YouTube video or when you make a YouTube channel in the beginning, you have to, in order to be monetized, you have to have at least 1,000, or not at least, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours.
Yep.
So it takes a bit.
It takes a while to get there, but that's all the more reason why please go subscribe to his channel.
Yeah, go check it out. Eat,
make delicious food. We love that.
Love that. Actually, I was going to ask you, are you still like thinking, or did you do your podcast or idea, or are you still mulling it over?
Oh my God, Theresa. I had forgotten about it and it came into my mind, and it's like, we're connected is what I'm trying to say to you.
Because we're New York sisters, that's why.
That's right. We're New York grouchy sisters. No, so anyway, yeah, Randy and I are, it's really Randy's idea, but doing a podcast. It hasn't happened yet, but I'm teasing you. I'm teasing you with the podcast. And yeah, it's going to be, I mean, he's a huge film buff, so it's definitely going to be about cinema, and it's going to be about like old movies that we all grew up watching on basic cable, like the shit that just was on and you were like, well, I guess I'm watching this. What the fuck is this?
That's awesome. I love that.
So yeah, just, look out for that. That's something new and fun, because why not? Why not in a pandemic just do all the things?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, he wants you to, okay, the first episode. So we watched Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead.
Oh, it's so
Alex
good.
is here. Hi,
Yeah,
Alex.
he's literally just, are you okay? I told him that your foot.
My foot hurts.
Okay. We're just talking about your channel.
Why?
Because you make food.
I do make food. Why?
Yes, we were talking about it and I was salivating.
Oh, fun.
We love food.
Food is good.
Oh. Can you go decompress, make a drink, get a snack?
I do that.
Put Epsom salt in a bucket. We are real, like, he came home one day and he has like a bucket, and I was like, oh my God, is he gonna kill me? Like, I was like, what is this bucket? And then he's like, oh, he has Epsom salt, and he's just been junking his foot like a little old man. It's really adorable. It's sad, but it's adorable.
No, this is what happens when we get older. It's what happens.
Okay, wait. So Don't Tell the Mom Babysitter's Dead.
Yeah. So anyway, have you seen that movie?
Yeah, right on top of that, Rose.
Yeah. Well, I've never seen it. So, and I'm going to be his cohort in this podcast, but it's definitely like his ideas and all of that. And we watched that. So we've been taking notes, because let me tell you, that is chock full of some real good ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Sure.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
I thought it was the 80s. I was like, this is the 80s. And he's like, no, it's the early 90s. And I was like, Ken, is there a difference? It's hard to tell.
Yeah, because what is it, like, probably like what, 90, 91?
I think it was 91, right?
Yeah.
It was 91.
Yeah, that's kind of, I feel like 91 is still like 1989. It's just like,
Yeah, exactly.
That's a great movie though. It's fun. It's
no, it was totally fun. I was like, there's a lot of material in here. There's a lot of things to be said. It definitely falls in that, like, it's terrible, but it's great. Yeah. Vice versa category. So yeah, it'll be fun. We're looking forward to it.
Excited for you.
Yeah, well, awesome. You recommend it. You told us what microphone to get. So it's on you. You'll be fine. You'll be totally good. You're gonna love it, because that's actually the mic that me and Alex use for Dead and Bored, and it sounds perfection. Yes. It's actually it's so funny that you should even say that it's kind of like Randy's child in a way, like the podcast idea, because the same thing with Alex.
when we were talking about it, we were like, oh, like because like we watch a lot of movies and stuff like that, kind of very similar to what you were describing.
Yeah.
And I was like, we just bullshit afterwards. We just make each other laugh. And it was like, well, why don't we just, to pass the time of our prison sentence of COVID, why don't we start a podcast and like just like have fun with it? And for us, the only thing is kind of difficult is because of our jobs being just like, we don't really have a lot of free time in between. So we do the approach of taking something from our childhood, like something very small, like an Are You Afraid of the Dark episode, which is like 22 minutes. And then we just like watch it. And then we just make fun of Canadian children for 45 minutes. So much fun. But you'll love doing the podcast because I feel like you feel a little bit more free because you don't have to worry about YouTube, and you're not going to be monetized. Like I'm not monetized. Like you're not going to be monetized in the beginning, but like, so you're just gonna be like, like, little, like I could just be free and it's the wild, wild west and it's so good, but you'll love it. You'll love it.
I'm looking forward to it. So I will put Alex's channel in the description box once this renders. And I will also put your podcast, Dead and Bored in the description box. And this has been fantastic.
I know, it's been nice. It's been a little low-key evening. I like it.
Yeah, it's been. You have to go edit now, right? Is that what you told me?
Yeah, I have to edit I actually shot the video right before we went live. So I was in the process of editing and I got to put it up on Patreon or whatever. But yeah, it's an unboxing. Like I really love doing unboxings lately because I love that I don't really have to put makeup on and I could just like throw stuff and just like be obnoxious with my hands, and I love it. So this one company has been consistently giving me bad boxes, but they keep sending them to me to review. And I'm like, the fact that you even let me say what I say and like you're not even giving me shit about it, like I give you respect. So they sent me another box, and this box was actually pretty good. But yeah, I just love throwing stuff on a table. It just makes me happy.
No, I loved the last one you did was the Jaclyn Hill box, right?
Oh God.
And so I haven't watched it yet, but I saw like, you know how when you're on YouTube and it just automatically plays, and I saw your hands like opening the box. I was like, I must watch this.
It's terrible. But the editing is fun though. Like I had fun with the editing at least, because I was like, this is a really bad box, so I might as well make it enjoyable for the person to watch this video.
Yes. Kim McConnell says, I love it when you slam the box on the table.
I love it. Oh my God. I love, do you know who Alexandria Ryan is?
I do not.
Oh, she's okay. So she's an, I guess like a subscription box YouTuber. She is really fantastic. She's adorable. She's like really funny and like she's quirky. She all she does is open subscription boxes. I'm like, I want to come for your game, bitch, because I'm like, I love that. Like you just get these things and they're just so quick to do. And it's like, I'm a very curious person. So I'm like, I love kind of seeing what's in a mystery box, even though I know it's going to be garbage. Like I still want to know.
It's so fun. And here's the thing, like I was doing BoxyCharm videos for a while and I loved them. But then, obviously like I have a small amount of space. So I had to kind of like back it up. But, I love BoxyCharm, and I don't know why more. I mean, I think unboxings are popular, but I don't know why they're not even more popular, because like, even if you don't get that box, it's still new product that you're learning about. You know what I mean?
I think for subscription boxes, if you are someone that is interested in makeup and like you're kind of like wanting to learn more about stuff, but without taking the plunge of buying a lot of products, but you want to, get fairly good brands, I think subscription boxes are nice. So like BoxyCharm, I would say is probably the best ones, and Ipsy, because they have things that you would find in your Sephora or Ulta or wherever you shop. And sometimes it's really good stuff. Sometimes it's really shitty stuff. And that's the gamble you take. But I mean, for the price of like $30 or $25 a month, like it's really not that bad. I know people can argue and say though that, I'd rather just take that amount and, I go buy a one product with it, which totally is fine too. But I think this is for someone, if you don't have a lot of makeup and you just discovered beauty YouTube and you're like, oh, I need to have that. Like, I want to try everything. It's like the best way to do it.
No, it really is. I mean, it's great. I loved it. I missed this donation, but Jennifer Sanders sent a little donation. She said, just for being awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice.
We love that.
We do love that.
Oh, yeah.
We do love
Yeah,
that.
that's so I love that. We end on a great positive note.
That's right. Exactly. So we try, like, we're not, totally keep, holding true to this, but we try to do this like once a month, maybe like a month and a half ish.
Yeah.
Because
we're
like
trying to get
really,
better at it. I know.
We're trying to get better. We're like really busy.
I know. It's terrible. Honestly, this pandemic is really terrible. Like, I feel like I have no time, and yet I'm like always home, yet I'm always working. And I'm like, I don't like this. Not fun.
It is a very strange combination of terrible things.
It is.
It really is. But thank you so much for being on my channel. This was so fun.
It was so much fun.
Please, if you have not, go subscribe. It's all in my description box. Subscribe to Theresa's Dead. Subscribe to their podcast. Subscribe to Alex's channel, which is called, wait, remind me what it's called?
Alex is bored.
Oh, Alex is bored. Okay,
oh, yeah, and definitely go check out his Twitter. He's a very salty boy on Twitter.
I love a salty situation.
I laugh because like the things that he writes, I'm like, I think about, I'm like, I would get crucified. I'm just like, he calls people out. I'm like, good for you, boy.
I'm obsessed with that.
I love it. I'm just like, I never have to say anything. Like, you're my mouthpiece. Go.
It's all, you're putting all the pressure on him, Theresa.
I know. And it's so funny. He's just like, oh, I don't care. I'm just going to call people out. I'm like, go for it.
No, I love it. That's awesome. So go in, if you don't know what the description box is, because some people don't know, it's the thing that's under the video.
It's that little box.
It's a little box. And this was so great. So we'll try to do this again soon.
Yes. Soon.
Yes. And also, I do want to reiterate, Texas is having a hard time. So yeah, that's also in the description box. There's a link to donate to organizations that will help people in Texas right now.
That's awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah. And yeah, cheers.
Cheers.
Even though you have water. So
I know, I'm lame. I'm lame.
Next time we're going to get you wasted, and it's going to be on your channel.
Yes, I'll get wasted and we'll do questionable things.
Oh, I can't wait. It's going to be a blast.
Can't wait.
Thank you, Theresa.
Bye.
You guys, bye.